everyone, welcome back. In today's video I will be sharing how I make chocolate covered strawberries, pretzels, and Oreos. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I have received some questions on how I make these chocolate covered treats, so I definitely want to share that with you. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Spring with Spring Soulful Home, and I love sharing videos such as homemaking, home decor, DIY party planning, and from time to time I do share videos such as today's video. I'm sharing how to make some chocolate covered treats. I hope you find today's video helpful, and if you enjoy, please be sure to hit that red subscribe button down below. So the first thing I start off in doing is cutting up my chocolate. I use the almond bark from Walmart. I melt that in 30-second increments, and since I'm using white chocolate, you do want to make sure to do this in 30-second increments. Each time stir your chocolate to ensure that it is melted. Now to dye my chocolate, I'm using, it's a special dye to dye chocolate. It is from the Color Mill. I will have a link down in my description box. You don't want to use any kind of just like a food coloring. Reason being, chocolate is oil based, and if you use normal food coloring to dye your chocolate, it has water in it and it will separate your chocolate. So I'm starting off with dipping my pretzel rods, and I like to use these larger containers in general when melting my chocolate, just so I have enough on hand. I also like to use them when dipping my pretzels. As you can see here, I am tilting my my plastic container. I bought these from Walmart. I'm tilting it so that way I can make sure most of the pretzel rod is melted. You want to be sure to shake off quite a bit of the excess. If not, you're going to have quite a big puddle of chocolate once you set down your pretzel rod to cool down and let the chocolate harden. And I found these really cute sprinkles from Walmart. They were in the baking section. They're really cute. However, after looking at them, I think I would have simplified this a little bit better. And then also, I did add the sprinkles on a little bit too early. So as you can see here, I'm down to my last two, and I'm adding on the larger sprinkles with some food grade tweezers. I'm just adding those on for some simplicity. Now I'm also using this mold. As you can see here, it's a pumpkin mold. I purchased that from an online business on Instagram. I'll be sure to leave that link down in my description box as well. You want to fill that in with your chocolate. Now once you fill that in, just kind of move that around and put that in your freezer probably for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I'm multitasking here, just going back and forth as I only have one mold. So you can see here, I'm just putting the sprinkles on my pretzel rod, but as I mentioned, I am just going back and forth because I'm needing to get quite a few of the little pumpkin chocolate molds. As you can see, I have some there on the side, so that's what I'm doing there. And then once these are all set and the chocolate has hardened, I'm going to move on to my chocolate covered Oreos. And the mold for my chocolate covered Oreos, I did purchase that from Hobby Lobby. So I'm using the same chocolate that I did for the pretzels. I'm using 1 tablespoon of chocolate to start off with. I probably would use a total of about 3 tablespoons of chocolate. I'm just using this for good measure and just seeing what works best. These were a little bit thin. If you like your chocolate covered Oreos to be a little bit thicker, then definitely use 2 tablespoons for each time, 1 for the bottom and then another for the top layer. But as you can see here, I did have to kind of make sure that the chocolate was even. Laying down my Oreos. Once I'm all done, I'm going to cover them with 1 tablespoon of chocolate. As I mentioned, if you want your chocolate to be a little bit thicker, then definitely use 2 tablespoons. Once you're done putting your chocolate inside the molds, you'll want to just be sure to kind of shake that around a little bit. Pop them in your freezer probably for about 10 to 15 minutes. I like to let them set for about 15 minutes. And the other thing I'm going to make is a chocolate bar. These are pretty popular. I bought mine from Hobby Lobby or Walmart, one of the two. But for this one, I thought I would do something a little bit different. I'm going to use like the marble, kind of like the marble effect on the chocolate. And as you can see here, I'm just swirling that around. I'm going to do the same thing as I did with all the other chocolate molds. I'm just going to make sure that the chocolate is nice and even. And then once my chocolate is nice and even in the mold, I'm gonna again just put that in my freezer for about 15 minutes. And the next thing I'm going to be working on with the same color chocolate, I will be dipping my strawberries in chocolate. Now, if you're going to be selling strawberries, say maybe you're going to sell like a breakable heart or some other type of chocolate dip treat along with your strawberries. Say, for example, if you're going to sell 6 strawberries, I personally like to dip a few more strawberries just in case something doesn't come out right in, a couple of them, you have some extra. So as you can see here, I'm just dividing the chocolate. I'm going to pour chocolate into my cup so I can dip my strawberries in. The other, I poured it into a Wilton decorating bag. I will be using that to swirl the chocolate on my strawberries. So I always rinse my strawberries in cold water. I pat them very well with a paper towel, and then I use 2 toothpicks to stick into my strawberry. I pull the little green stem back and I dip that into the chocolate as much as possible. And then I usually, me personally, I let my strawberries set out on the counter so the chocolate can harden. If you want to kind of hurry up the process a little bit, you can put them in the refrigerator. Don't ever put them in the freezer. They will most likely crack or the chocolate won't set properly. So while I'm waiting for the chocolate to set on my strawberries, I'm using a mold. I think I found this at Hobby Lobby, but it has little fall leaves on it. So I'm going to be, as you can see here, just piping the chocolate into the mold so I can use these on my goods to decorate with. And then for this color scheme, I'm using the sage green and orange. I found this orange chocolate at Joann's. I also did buy some dye from the color mill. However, because I was just wanting to experiment with a couple of things, see how this chocolate worked, it did work very well. So again, as you can see here, that's just what I'm doing here. I'm just filling in all of these little chocolate molds while I'm waiting for my chocolate to set on my strawberries. Alright, so I'm going to start decorating my strawberries with the swirl. I do want to mention, when I put my chocolate into my decorating bag, I first start off by snipping a small piece of the tip, and then I swirl the bag to see if it's the right thickness of the swirl that I want. If it's not, then go ahead and cut it a little bit bigger. So it's always smart to make the cut on the bag a little bit smaller, and then if you need to, you can go back and cut that a little bit bigger. So now once I'm all done with my strawberries, as you can see, my Oreos are now set. Whenever I'm doing something like this, I always just like to go back and forth so that way I can be productive while I'm waiting for my strawberries to set and whatnot. This is just the way I personally work, and I'm just, again, just showing you how everything works for me and how I've decorated my chocolate items in the past, and just, again, just how I go back and forth in preparing treats and whatnot. So for these, I know the little spoons to decorate your chocolate goods are very popular. I don't have one, so I just had my sprinkles, in the container, and then I add the sprinkles on over a bowl so that way whatever falls off of the chocolate, I can reuse that. And then as you can see here, I'm just decorating my chocolate covered Oreos in like manner as I did the strawberries. And then I thought these little pumpkins looked absolutely adorable on the chocolate covered Oreos. Once these are all set, I'm going to add on a little vine, and this took a little bit of practice for me. I had to practice like on the parchment paper on a plate, just adding on the little vine. So after I looked at everything, I could see what I would do a little bit better. But anyway, just want to show you and let you know that I don't get it right every single time. It's trial and error. And if you're thinking of selling chocolate goods, make some for your family and give them away. That way you get practice, and you know, only doing this time after time will you get better. So moving back to what I'm doing here on the screen, I've flipped over the chocolate bar, and I've seen quite a few of these, you know, on Instagram, Pinterest. These are so beautiful. This is my first time doing this. So this one was definitely an experiment. I did have to go back and forth and moving these little chocolate leaf molds. Now I am using the tweezers because, you know, the heat from your hands, it will definitely melt the chocolate. And I do want to let you know, since I made these treats here at home for my family, I did not use gloves. However, if I was going to be selling these, I would definitely be using gloves, since somebody else will be eating something that I'm touching. But again, as you can see here, I just was finally happy with the placement of the chocolate leaves. So I just put some chocolate on the parchment paper, and I'm just dipping the leaves in that, or you can just put the chocolate straight on the back of the leaf and then adhere it to your chocolate bar. And I'm using some of the same sprinkles from the mix I was using earlier. I just picked out some of the little gold sprinkles, and then a couple of others just to kind of add a little bit more decoration on here. And again, this was just an experiment, so looking back at this, I know I would probably add in some chocolate little vines, you know, just for extra decor on here, or maybe even use some different flower chocolate molds. But overall, everything that I'm doing, it's just an experiment at home for when I get ready to sell my chocolate goods for the fall. Now that I'm all done with that, I'm going to move on to my orange dipped strawberries. Again, when I melt my chocolate, I melt it in 30-second increments. So I'm just using the same process as I did with the green strawberries. And I'm sorry about the frame, guys. I thought everything was in the proper frame so you can see my whole process, but I do just want to show you the orange strawberries. And one of them I made to look like a pumpkin, so just practicing on that, and then just doing the same technique as I did with the others. And I'll be showing you pictures of the end result. But I want to thank you so very much for joining me today, friends. I hope that this video inspired you to sell chocolates on your own, or even if you enjoy making these types of treats for your family. I hope this inspired you, and we'll see you on my next video, friends. Bye bye.